Hey guys, my name is David Mann. I'm a professional composer and piano player. And what I like to do is improvise. So that means I create music on the spot. So I'm going to create original music for you right now. So let's get you guys a little better on the camera here. So I just picked a random key. I'm in the key of A flat major. A flat major has 7 chords in it, but we really don't use the last one. So there's really 6 to choose from. We got A flat major, B flat minor, C minor, D flat major, E flat major, F minor, G diminished, and A flat major. So what I'm going to do is create kind of an outline using the chords, and then I'm going to add embellishment to the chords to make it interesting. So I'm picking a meter in 3/4 because I use 4/4 too much. Hey, Bodor. I think you're actually the second watcher. Gavin Singh, how are you doing? Nice to see you guys. Thank you for saying hello. That means a lot to me. It's good to know there's other humans out there experiencing this show with me. So I was just telling everyone that we're composing an original song in the key of A flat major for you guys to hear. You are the first humans ever to hear this song. And Ozzy, how are you doing? Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I play a harmony in the left hand, and then in the right hand, I play some notes that match the harmony, and then I add some other notes in between. All right, so I I don't. Thank you for your requests, by the way. So everything that I play for you guys, I create it on the spot. Everything is created live. So what I'm trying to do is kind of create a new kind of concert experience, which is way more interactive, where you guys have input in what's going on, and where it's always changing. So every time you see me perform, you're going to get a totally different experience. And it's also, I'm trying to create a concert experience where there's more risk involved, right? If a concert pianist is playing a piece of music, they've done that piece for, hundreds of hours, and they know it by heart. So they basically just got to execute what they've already rehearsed. I have not rehearsed this music, and that means my possibility of failure is really high. And I want to create that kind of risk because it's excitement, right? It's like, somebody walking a tightrope is a lot more dangerous without a net. And that's what I want to create for you guys, is I want to take away the net and create this more intense and more interactive experience. So anyway, let's make some more music. So I'm going to pick a key. So either I can pick the key or you guys can pick the key. If I pick the key, I use a 12-sided dice because there's 12 notes on the piano. And you guys can name a month of the year, and I'll pick whichever key matches the month of the year. So you have about 10 seconds to decide, because I'm either going to roll this dice or you guys are going to pick a month. How do you all feel about that? Ready? Okay, June. June is 6, that's F sharp. So this is one of the most difficult keys. This key has 6 sharps in it, meaning it uses every single black key on the piano. Here we go. Sorry. Let's start again. Okay. So let's make some more music. So this time. Hey, 7714 person. All right, so I'll tell you one of the great things about music. Music is the great humbler. So I will have these little breakthroughs where I'll start putting in more the time, I'll start putting in the effort, and then I'll have a great performance and I'll really kill it. And I'm starting to think, you know what? I'm getting good. I start getting proud of myself. And then you have a bad day where you make a lot of mistakes and things don't turn out the way you want. And then suddenly you're back to realizing you're just a normal person today. Well, guess what? Today I am making more mistakes than I think I've ever made. I have never, ever, ever gave a performance and made the same number of mistakes as I've made tonight. But guess what? That's okay. And I'll tell you why. Because I need to make mistakes so that I can remember that I'm human and I still have to practice and I still have to focus in order to give you guys a good show. So if you guys are artists, any kind of artist or creative person, if you make music, if you make visual arts, if you write, if you direct, you dance, whatever type of creative work that you do, you have to give yourself permission to have bad days, because you're not always going to have good days. Sometimes you will have bad days. And when you have bad days, you have to just say, hey, that's okay. I'm going to change my practice routine and I'm going to modify what I'm doing, and then we'll keep going. So anyway, but I want to thank you guys because you guys are super patient. So Joshua Caruth, it is a pleasure. 7714, it's a pleasure. So we're going to write more music. Would you guys like to hear more music? So let's pick a key. Here's my dice. 11. 11 is the key of B major. So B major is one of the toughest keys. It has 5 sharps in it, so it uses every single sharp, every single black key on the piano. It's also rather awkward because from B to F sharp, one of the notes is on a white and the other one's on a black. So, but one of the things I like about B major is that you can play scales very fast because it happens to be comfortable for the hand. So it's uncomfortable for your brain, but comfortable for your hands. So. So that type of pattern is pretty easy to play in B. So. Okay, so let's make a little more music here. So I'm going to do one more song for you guys. Beautiful mistakes included, stepping stones to success. All right, so would you guys please do me the honor? I would love it if you guys could pick for me 3 random notes. Hello, Nazmi. So you guys are going to pick 3 random notes, and the way I would like you to pick them is if you're a musician and you know the names of the notes, you know, C sharp, B flat, that kind of thing, just tell me the names of the notes. If you are not a musician, I would like you to pick months from the year. Why? There's 12 months in the year, there's 12 keys on the piano. Why do I play this game? Because it guarantees I'm going to get random notes every time, and then I have to work around that, which for me is interesting. So please do me the honor, pick either name random notes or pick months of the year. I would really appreciate that from you guys. Joshua, if you're out there, please pick a month. 7714, if you're out there, please pick a month of the year. Nazmi, If you are out there, please pick a month of the year, okay? And then put it in the comments. All right? It's pretty quiet out there. Well, there we go. Okay, we got January, February, March, and June. Wow. Boy, Joshua, that's going to be super challenging. Okay, so he gave me January, which is C sharp, February is D, March is E flat, and June. So he gave me 4 notes that just do not go together at all. That is great. That's exactly what I want. Because if the notes do not go together, it means that my grasp of music and composition needs to be much better because I have to find a way to cook this dish and make it taste good. So, okay, so here we go. Ready? All right, Joshua. Those were your notes, and I hope that you appreciated the energy that went into that composition. I will say that in the last few years that I've been playing this game with people, that is one of the hardest note combinations that anyone has ever given me. Arguably the most difficult. Thank you. So, would you guys like to hear a technical explanation of what I did and how I created a setting for that? That's part of the game here. So, in musical terms, anytime you have notes that really don't go together at all and they don't fit in a scale, then what you have to do is combine multiple scales, and so you use key changes. So you're in a scale, and then maybe on the next chord or even the next beat, you change keys and you change scales. One of the ways you do that is called modulation. So modulation means you use a chord that kind of sets up the new key. So what I did is I started off in B minor, which uses the D flat, and then I went for D. Okay, so now I'm not in the key of B flat minor anymore. And that D leads me to, guess what, E flat, which happens to be my next note. And then for this note, that also matches the E flat chord. So I can just stay on that one. Or if I want, I could also harmonize the F sharp with a different chord, like this, or right. So we end up with there you go. Okay, everyone. We are going to wrap up. Let's see, is that how you gave those notes a positive, hopeful forward motion? Well, I appreciate that you heard it as a positive, hopeful forward emotion. I personally found those emotions very dark. However, the forward movement of the song is definitely created by the modulations. Modulations move the song forward. So if this was analogous to a story, it would be like a plot where some catastrophes happen and the main characters have to then move forward in order to escape. So so changes that motivate the plot forward is kind of the way I would think of it. But yes, the answer to your question, Joshua, is yes. Okay, everyone. So please subscribe. Please click like, any buttons that are available there. Always looking for suggestions of ways to make the show better, more exciting, more engaging. I do post a lot of these compositions on Spotify, not all of them, but some of the ones that turn out good. So please look for me out on the internet. My name is David Mann Music. I have a website that is under construction called davidmannmusic.net. And you can also contact me there if you want to reach out and ask questions. All right. So you guys have an amazing night, and I'll see you later. Bye.